Isn't he Mexican?
Colombian.
He calls himself American.
What is this?
𝒔𝒐𝒄𝒊𝒂𝒍𝒔.
And in this corner, it's the American Anchor Baby.
Daddy's home.
That's an offensive term. People find that hurtful.
You mean it's not politically correct? Excuse me. I'll use the word anchor baby. You know, he's an anchor baby in Canada.
Tell him we still rolling with Trump, too.
Anchor baby, the whole thing sounds horrific. You're just making it sound like immigrants are these horrific, greedy people.
Ustedes pueden aceptar mi negocio o aceptar las consecuencias. Plata o plomo.
So you would be considered white, in my opinion.
You the blackest one in this room.
I think so.
And what happened was his mama got pregnant on the other side of the border, and then a few hours before, just before it was time for him to pop out, she jumped across the border and let him fall on America's soil. So he became the anchor baby. They don't call him the anchor baby for nothing. Amazing.
We like this anchor baby, right?
Hello, I'm the American Anchor Baby, and this is my show. How you doing, everybody? Welcome. Appreciate the patience. Had to deal with something there, so I do appreciate you coming in now. The American Anchor Baby. It's a pleasure to be here with you today. It's a pleasure to be back here. Tuesday, White History Month. Let me just get that out right now before we get in trouble on this White History Month Tuesday. Beautiful. Great stuff. So happy White History Month, everybody. What's up, Rumble? Rumble.com/American Anchor Baby. DLive.tv/Gorgonzola. Thanks, everybody. Welcome, 888-775-3773. You want to jump on the wait list there if you want to talk to the Anchor Baby. But, man, this stuff is on everybody's minds right now. Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, and all this stuff. I know I started playing some of that Kimberly Cheadle stuff yesterday. We're going through some of the clips live, but it's amazing. No, the whole thing is a big joke, but whatever. We knew that in a sense. No, we sort of knew that. There are some little details that I'd like to point out as we move forward here on this fine Tuesday. A couple details here. Really, it's about the Republicans, the stuff that really interests me. Seeing shifts or whatever, the language, the spidey senses, they're going off, and it's not looking good. So we got some stuff all about that, okay? So we'll get into some things here as we move forward. Just letting you know, most likely, possibly starting tomorrow, but Thursday, Friday for sure, evening shows. So if you're waiting for noontime shows, American Anchor Baby tomorrow and Thursday, watch out for evening shows, definitely from Thursday forward, but possibly tomorrow as well, okay? So keep that in mind. I didn't know we could do that noise. That was totally acoustic, not digital, organic sounds coming from the springs. It's not a nice. I don't know if it's not necessarily a nice sound. It's a spooky sound. That's what that was for the audio listeners. So everybody, look. Can we just start off with this? I know this kind of happened. I don't know if it was mentioned on the network yesterday. And so let's just watch this together. A little YouTube video coming at us from ABC, coming at us specifically from Kamala Harris team, the new name plastered on the signs. There's the donkey and there's the name Kamala in lights. No, just maybe in some places. Kamala Harris. She's getting all the major backing. They even got a couple other names recently. Chuck Schumer A lot of support coalescing behind Kamala Harris. So I guess she's got to pick somebody, no? She's got to pick somebody to run with. She's going to be, if she's to be president of the United States. Kamala Harris. So they got this, you know, she was in Delaware. Kamala Harris was in Delaware. And like I said, we may have seen this. We got to sit down and watch this kind of all the way through. Kamala Harris gives address in Delaware. And this was Sunday. Wait. Monday. This was Monday, yesterday. Delaware Monday, Harris met with members of the Delaware delegation and visited the campaign headquarters that had already begun a transformation to hers as she mounts her presidential campaign. In the 24 hours since she announced her intent to run, she raised a record $81 million. Roller coaster ride. Let's watch the moment where the president, the current president of the United States, President Biden, Joe Biden, calls into Kamala Harris campaign event. And we're going to just take a moment here to watch this for those who may not have done so. Okay, we're going to do a little catch up so everybody is on the same page. We're not leaving anyone behind on this one. Okay? And we got the lady here kicking it off, telling the audience here yesterday, the moment President Joe Biden calls in to the Kamala Harris event.
And now I'd like to introduce a man who we all admire and respect because he has done and continues to do so much for our country. Mr. President, thank you for calling in today. Over to you.
What?
Julie, if I didn't have COVID, I'd be sitting there with you, standing there with you. I'm so proud of what you've all done. And but this COVID has keeping me out of people's hair for the next 3 or 4 days. But I'm going to be on the road, and I'm not going anywhere. It's kept me away a little bit, but you know, I want people to remember that what we have done has been incredible, and we get so much more we're going to get done. And so I want to say hello to Kamala if she can hear me. I know she's going to be speaking shortly. And I want to say to the team, embrace her. She's the best. I want to call today to thank everybody in this effort. I know yesterday's news was surprising, and it was hard for you to hear, but it was the right thing to do. I know it's hard because you poured your heart and soul into me to help us win this thing, help me get this nomination, help me win the nomination, and then go on to win the presidency. But you know, you're an amazing team. But we've got a great. I think we made the right decision. I know how hard you've worked, how many sacrifices you've made, and so many of you uprooted your lives for me, and the kind of commitment few people make for anything these days, but you made it. And I've been honored and humbled. I mean this from the bottom of my heart. My word is a Biden, that for all you've done for me and my family. And we built the best campaign in organization in history. I've been doing this, I always kid and say, I know I'm only 40, but I've been around a long time. I don't know of a better campaign organization, grassroots campaign. You know, we have over 230 offices opened. We have over 2,000 paid staff. And we have literally several thousand volunteers.
This is not Kamala that you're looking at right now.
On a regular basis, thousands of them. And they've been relentless and tireless in reaching out and contacting voters. The leadership of this campaign has been amazing. Jen O'Malley Dillon, Julie Quinton, Michael Tyler, Rob Flaherty, Rufus on raising money, and so many more. You built this team, you brought them together, you brought us together, you've inspired them, and you've done what leaders do. Now we got to, you know, the name has changed at the top of the ticket, but the mission hasn't changed at all. And by the way,
how's it sounding like to you guys? How's it sounding?
going anywhere. I'm going to be out there in the campaign with her, with Kamala. I'm going to be working.
Hey, Joe, you got to press the button at the bottom of the left, okay? Bottom left corner. What do you use here? You use Zoom? You bottom left corner, you want to hit the little camera button, okay? Are you on FaceTime? Okay, look for the little cam. Okay, go to the top. Go to the top. Okay, you see at the top where it's like it looks like a hang up, it looks like a mute button. Okay, turn on the camera. Okay.
Like hell, both as a sitting president, getting legislation passed, as well as
No. This is what I do, Joe. No. Don't worry. This is what I do. I'm the bridge. I'm the bridge of technology between the older generation, younger generation. This is what I do. I'm great at this. Just go to the lower left corner. Okay. Do you see the little arrow? Okay. Go to the drop-down menu. You'll see. Do you see their webcam now? There you go. Okay. Pick the second camera. Okay. You got to reset. Okay. Look, this is what I do.
You know, what we still need to save this democracy. And Trump is still a danger to the community. He's a danger to the nation. And just ask my foreign policy colleagues, my counterparts, and other people around the world and at home. Look, so I'm hoping you'll give every bit of your heart and soul that you gave to me to Kamala. And I want you to know, I won't be on the ticket, but I'm still going to be fully.
Oh, yeah, no. Maybe he's sick. Nasally?
Engaged. I've got 6 months left in my presidency. I'm determined to get as much done as I possibly can, both foreign policy and domestic policy. Keep lowering costs for families. Continue to speak out on guns and child care, elder care, prescription drugs, and climate. Climate still is the existential threat that we face, and if we don't win this thing, it's all in jeopardy. And we got to keep working for an end to the war in Gaza.
Oh, sorry. Hold on. We got to get the part. We have to. This part is important here. I'll let you watch this, but we have to get. We have to get the part. Let's see here. Just watch this while I do this.
Gaza. I've been working very closely with the Israelis and with the Palestinians to try to work out how we can get the Gaza war to end and Middle East peace and get all those hostages home. I think we're on the verge of being able to do that. And we got to keep our alliances together. It's critically important. It took a while for me to build these alliances. Most of these are my colleagues.
Thank you, Joe. You built the alliances. You sound a little nasally. Is he sick? A lot of people are wondering, okay, I'm playing this for you. And I needed to find this little part, and I hope it's in here, where Kamala responds to Joe Biden calling in, the president of the United States calling in. You got to understand. I'm painting this picture for you. And the country is about to have this crazy election. And in the couple of months before the election itself, Joe Biden has dropped out. When the whole media and the whole machine flipped on him all of a sudden after that debate, the president himself endorsing his vice president in this historic moment, and in drum roll, and he calls into this Kamala Harris campaign, and we're watching it. I needed you to see this moment in history as it's playing out, and if it just looks a little strange to you, let you kind of make that call. If it looks a little weird to you, I wanted to see the part. Let's hope we have it here. Kamala
now look, that sign
responds, I believe. Come on, Kamala, tell me it's here. Show us the money.
You're not going anywhere, Joe.
I'm watching the kid.
Everybody here does.
Okay.
Joe, I know you're still on the.
Oh, yeah, right here.
It is so good to hear our president's voice. Joe, I know you're...
Let's back it up even more. Come on. Kamala's names are in the background. She's smiling. Joe Biden, the president, just called in to endorse her. We heard the voice. That's it.
Kamala Harris now, look, that signage, it's already there behind her. Kamala for president. They move quickly. Here she is.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Thank you all. Thank you. Can we just give it up again for my husband?
My husband. She said my husband. That's funny. That's how. Am I making a mountain out of a molehill? There's nothing wrong. I just think it's funny. Did she say husband?
Thank you all. Thank you. Can we just give it up again for my husband?
Come on, that was at least 30% husband. At least 30% husband instead of husband.
It is so good to hear our president's voice. Joe, I know you're still on the call, and we've been talking every day. You guys heard it from Doug's voice.
Did we miss it? I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. You gotta deal with the schizo video's doing, because the part that's important is this little slip up.
It is so good to hear our president's voice. Joe, I know you're still on the call.
Whoa.
Our president's voice. Joe, I know you're still on the call.
On the rigatoni, ridiculous. No, there's no D. C or G. Come on, folks. Recorder. She's just a boomer. No, it's an honest mistake. Come on, stop. No, don't say Freudian. Stop. Don't say Freudian. Stop it right. Stop. Don't bring Freud into this. Don't bring Freud into this, okay? Recording?
Good to hear our president's voice. Joe, I know you're still on the call, and we've been talking every day. You guys heard it from Doug's voice. We love Joe and Jill. We really do. They truly are like family to us. And we do, everybody here does.
It's mutual.
I knew you were still there. You're not going anywhere, Joe.
I'm watching you, kid. I'm watching you, kid. I love
that. Okay.
I love you, Joe. Oh.
We love you, Joe. Look, Joe responded there, folks. Joe responded to her. So what do you want to say now, huh? For all of us, you were thinking it was fake. You were thinking it was fake up until then, no?
It's mutual.
It's virtual, okay, dummies?
We really do. They truly
and then we'll move on, okay?
Are like family to us. And we do, everybody here does.
It's mutual.
I knew you were still there. You're not going anywhere, Joe.
I'm watching you, kid. I'm watching you, kid. I love you.
I love you, Joe. So, Joe, I'm going to recognize some of the electeds who are here, and then I'm going to get back to you. Hold on a second.
And then she goes on and does just that. Does she get back to him? Oh, does it look a little weird to you? Is all I'm asking. Does it look a little weird? It could, that's Biden, right? It's just that him not showing up, him not showing face like it's, I don't know. I've never seen stuff like this before, personally. Personally speaking, I've never seen anything like this. So I don't know what's normal. I don't know what's normal anymore. I don't know what's normal. I'm just saying that I've never seen politics or anything like this. Maybe other people might know better than I, but I don't know what to tell you is normal. The man got COVID, no? They say he got COVID. Maybe he's not looking too healthy. What? Okay, let's call it like this. Worst case scenario, or whatever. Most conspiratorial scenario. Not Biden at all. We're talking 11 labs. We're talking an 11 labs generation, and not even like a thorough one. Like they just grabbed YouTube videos, threw it into the 11 labs generator, and was like, "Yeah, that's Biden." Maybe I've generated too much 11 lab stuff, but then like I don't know, the nasaliness. My brain's going conspiratorial with it, folks. So just that's pure opinion. Pure opinion. Like what? let's say it really is Biden and he's just too sick to show and all that. It's the same points kind of remain that Biden is being replaced before our very eyes in an almost orchestrated fashion. 50 state party chairs behind Kamala, all this stuff, you know. I mean, I'm just like speculating with that maybe. In that, this is what parties do, right? They'll coalesce and be like, okay, this is what we're doing. Let's rock and roll. But but what was I saying? Yeah, they're going all in. Even some people were saying it's strange that some key people are not endorsing Kamala Harris. We got Chuck Schumer, actually. Chuck Schumer doing just that, actually. We got this from Ed Krasenstein. He posted this just today. Chuck Schumer.
Vice President Harris has done a truly impressive job securing the majority of delegates needed to win the Democratic Party's nomination to be our next president of the United States. The vast majority of my senators quickly and enthusiastically. So now that the process has played out, from the grassroots bottom up, we are here today to throw our support behind Vice President Kamala Harris. Has she done so in...
So the machine is moving. They've made their decisions. The puppet Biden clearer than ever, just a figurehead. The president itself. What else about this? If you look up Biden letter, you get Biden letter. You get USA News. Did we just witness a coup? USA News. Isn't this normie stuff? Is this normie news? You know what I'm saying? Who signed Biden's letter? Who did it? When compared against his signature on the last 5 executive orders. Who in the hay is this? Who in the hay is this? Did we just witness a coup? Questions swirl about Joe Biden's departure letter. Posted on July 22nd. Okay, who signed this? Huh? This is USA. We are reading this USA News. Who signed this? No sooner had a social media statement appeared online in which Joe Biden said he was bowing out of the 2024 race for the Democrat Party nomination for president for the good of his party. Questions were raised. Why was it posted on social media without a White House news conference? I heard, you know what I heard? I heard that his own team had to find out through social media. That they found out on Twitter with a whole bunch of the rest of us. That's something I heard. Why was there no official presidential seal on the document? And significantly, why did the signature not match multitudes of Biden's previous signatures? Online was the question, who signed Biden's letter? Who did it? Who done it? Who is this Joeis Bidenis? I don't know. I'm trying to think of like a cool, like a alias for that's kind of sounds like Joe Biden, but is not. Who is isn't there like some game show like that? Who is the something man? Who is this man? Well, this is Tucker, apparently. This is apparently Tucker here. If you're wondering who this man is, it looks like it may be Tucker. Wait, what the heck kind of website is this? USA News. Check who he's... I guess you got to get the money, huh? Maybe you don't check who advertises. But if you want to get your... Look at this. I'm sorry for this distraction, but you got to see this AI-generated ads. I find it hard to believe, considering my extensive experience. I'm plugged in. I'm a plugged-in freak. I'm like a soothsayer. What do you call them? Like one of those navigators in Dune. And I could just tell. I don't know. I don't think this is that. What was that lady's name? She was like Fox, and then she went somewhere else. Who's this lady right here? And then she did the debate, no? She questioned one of the debate people. She ran one of the debates. You know what I'm saying? Conservatives are... Megyn Kelly. I find this hard to believe. I find it hard to believe this is actually Megyn Kelly and Tucker Carlson on these ads. Fight. That's just funny. Okay, I'm sorry. Why do the signatures not match? Okay. Online was the question, who signed Joe Biden's letter? Can I just say another thing about the AI images here? You know how hot these are on Facebook? It's a little scary how hot these are on Facebook. That's something we got to talk about. There's something wrong with how you can generate this scary-looking, high-definition AI image of somebody and have them do something like sad, like, I don't know, fall off the bike. AI generate. Are we going to have to do this live? Are we going to have to do this live? You generate an image of let's call it a little Muslim boy in a dirt road holding his knee. You ask the AI, generate Muslim Peter Griffin going with his knee, if you know what I'm talking about. And then you get that, you put it up on Facebook, and you get all these people, you get all these, I have to assume our older folks liking these photos, going like, I can't believe this, what's wrong with our world, vote Trump or vote Biden, or you know what I mean? Like, just gotta say that we must be better caretakers of our parents, the boomers, etc. We must be better bridges. Online was the question, who signed Biden's letter, with images from 5 recent presidential orders. And so that's a little bit of what people are talking about there. Do not worry, though. The Daily Dot is debunking this. Fake forensic experts think they can prove Biden didn't sign his dropout letter. Conspiracy theorists believe the letter from Biden announcing his decision to withdraw is an elaborate fake. They say. Far-right conspiracy theorist Laura Loomer argued that Biden was not at all involved with the letter. Loomer also thinks Biden was too cognitively damaged to write a letter or comprehend what is going on. So, will the Daily Dot tell us? Will the Daily Dot tell us the debunking? Screenshots showing, is comparing the signatures are spreading like wildfire. Huh? While it's entirely possible, says the Daily Dot, as we already scrolled in 2/3 of the way in, the Daily Dot then says, well, it's entirely possible that Biden didn't physically type up and tweet out the letter himself. No evidence supports the notion that the letter was crafted without Biden's knowledge or input. All right, Daily Dot, safe position. But duly noted. But that's a little bit of the kind of, what do I call it? The atmosphere right now and the stage. What the people are talking about. And yeah, what do you guys think? I saw calls coming in. I'll get to you if you call me back, 888-775-3773. Yeah, what do you think? What do you think? What's it look like to you? This is small fry. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter if he signed and wrote it another conservative goose chase. You know, that's why I was saying that earlier. Like, does it matter? Like, it's already, it's all happening. The train is moving. There's nobody stopping it. Oh, it's unconstitutional. Well, these people are going against the Constitution. These people. Doesn't Alex Jones, how much does Alex Jones owe? Because And is he paying it? Is he doing it? Alex Jones versus Sandy Hook families. All you need to know. AP News. How fresh is this article? Updated 9:14 p.m. July 20. You guys still talking about this? AP. What we know about the... Like, drop it. This is the mainstream media, folks. Talking about Alex Jones. $1.5 billion. It's unconstitutional. It's unconstitutional. You can't do that, Democrats. You can't walk out of a drive-in movie. Come on, Sandy. It's a drive-in movie. It's against the rules. It's in the name. Anyways. People finding out through social. What else about this? Word is a Biden. Can I show you something real quick? Can we do a little... Let's just take a quick right turn into MAGAville for a moment. Let's see the Trump campaign. I've shown you this lady before. Susie Wiles. Susan Summerall Wiles. An American politician. Political consultant who, as of April 2024, has been serving as senior advisor to Donald Trump's 2024 presidential campaign. Susie Wiles. What do y'all think? Where's she from? Let's get some information. Susan Summerall from New Jersey. Wow. Is there a name for people who share birthdays right next to each other? Maybe. No? What do y'all think? She's a nice Jersey mom? Is she a mother? Is she even a mother? Can she run anything? Are you even a mother? Lenny Wiles. She's married, according to Wikipedia. Spouse Lenny Wiles. She has 3. Doesn't seem like she has children. Daughter of an American football player, Pat Summerall. Did she keep her name, Summerall Wiles? Did she keep her name and then just tack on at the end there her husband's name, Wiles? Susie Wiles, born 1957. Age 67 is the lady we're talking about, giving you some more information, putting a face to the name. Is she just good old American mama? I'm not trying to get personal. I don't know why I'm trying to get so intimate here with Susie Wiles. She's just so intimate with someone we care. We say we care, but, Trump, we support him. Susie, let me show you a little bit about a little Susie here. And this is from Dr. Ben Braddock over there on Twitter. X.com. I think we could drop the Twitter soon. Soon, Elon. And we're going to see. Let me bring this back to the beginning. Okay. Just trying to get the story straight. And we are reading this from The Atlantic. We are taking off the ad block. Okay, Atlantic, we'll read your article. Yes, I would love to read this story for free. This is exactly what the Trump team feared. A campaign. Let me just see if I could get this going. They're saying that this may have been what Trump feared. I don't think Joe Biden has a ton of advantages, Susie Wiles told Tim Alberta, the writer of this article, but I do think Democrats do. Tim Alberta claims Trump's camp has long worried about the potential of a new nominee to tap into the structural superiorities of the Democratic Party. Okay. And it centers around if they knew that they would have to deal with some kind of nominee change. And I don't know what's going on over there with the Trump team. I don't know how they're feeling about all this. I personally don't know. But I'm trying to show you a little bit of kind of the mentality on some people over there. So Tim Alberta, who was given unprecedented levels of access spanning many months by Trump campaign co-managers Susie Wiles and Chris LaCivita, is reporting that the campaign is planning to attack Kamala Harris for being too tough on crime. So you got to see this. Dr. Ben Braddock here. Like I said, Tim Alberta, journalist, was given access to the Trump campaign, given his take on a number of things on the Kamala switch and all that. And we're getting some of it here, okay, if you're following. And let me just reiterate what Dr. Ben Braddock said. Tim Alberta, given unprecedented levels by the Trump campaign co-managers Susie Wiles and Chris LaCivita, saying that the campaign is planning to attack Kamala Harris for being too tough on crime. I read that and I gotta understand my spidey senses. They're going off again. She's also a former prosecutor who, if anything, is known for being too tough on crime. This is an excerpt from that article, Tim Alberta. Trump allies told me they plan to assault her left flank with accusations of Harris over-incarcerating young men of color when she was California's attorney general. Now, I'm too ignorant, green, whatever, to maybe know all the moving parts here. To really know of the political game. But I see the ripples. I didn't see the rock get thrown. I don't know where the rock is. But these are ripples, right? Is this really their mentality? Putting it all, and how do I put this? What I'm trying to say is that this is more of the same pandering kind of stuff that, it comes from the Republicans and all that. And I don't know. I just wonder, is it a winning strategy? A lot of things come to mind. Many, many things come to mind. And they're not all, oh, it's a losing strategy. Republicans pandering. Will it work? Now they're going with Kamala Harris. Maybe they need them. Maybe they need those votes. I don't know what to tell you, folks. I think this whole thing is a little closer than people think. Maybe they need those votes. And you know what was something interesting I heard on the Hake Report the other day? There was a caller who was wondering, when are they going to hear something for them? And I forget where this person called from. Nebraska? Something. This person was like, when is Trump or the Trump people going to talk about us and tell us why we should vote for them? Because there's not enough tension over here. And it was a very interesting call. Why? Politically speaking, it's kind of true, no? Politically speaking, you gotta do the work, get out there, talk to the people. And if it's starting to seem like you're ignoring one demographic or whatever too much, fix that. But that was such an interesting response from Hake saying, isn't that so shallow that they need their hands held? They should kind of have. Now I'm adding words to Hake here, but to kind of have some loyalty here. So a lot of things come to mind. Winning strategy, I'm not sure. Also the public, how fickle they are. The fickle public, even the Trump supporters themselves. MAGA'd up. It's like, dang. Our problems go deeper than Republican, Democrat in politics when you realize. So, you know me, I like this individual thing. Work on yourself. You can actually work on things. You could pick something and work on it. And the only reason you can't work on something is because you don't really want to. In pretty much most, like 99% of cases. And I'm talking about like everything. stacking up your money, being more disciplined about things. Like, you could pick something and work at it. And that's an amazing thing. And you know what's even more amazing about that is people don't know that. You might be hearing this going like, duh, but there's others who don't even know that. So anyways, look, a little side note, because this is what's happening here, but then the public, you see how they react. It's like, our problems go deeper. So this is more from these excerpts here, the strategy from some of the Trump campaign people. We're reading more. Dr. Ben Braddock, in a prior interview with Alberta, Susie Wiles, Tim Alberta, Susie Wiles agreed with the sentiment that the campaign should prioritize winning black and Hispanic voters over, even if it means losing white women. Guess which of those three demos shows up to the polls more? Interesting, Dr. Ben Braddock. Yeah, as we stood, so this is from the article, as we stood chatting, I remembered something that one of Trump's allies had told me months earlier, a sentiment that has since been popularized and described in different ways. For every Karen we lose, we're going to win a Jamal and an Enrique. Wiles nodded in approval. That's a fact, and I believe it. And I so believe we're realigning the party, she told me. Like, you understand all the things, all the emotions I'm feeling. I know I'm beta. But all this, I'm being ripped apart here. Because, I'm not really. I'm being hyperbolic. Look. There's so many things at play here. At the same time, this losing strategy that makes me cringe, that makes me go, this isn't what's right, this is what's pandering, this is what's more of the, you sound like Democrats, all of that. At the same time, the masses are retarded. And by retarded, I mean slow in music, okay? Retardando is what I meant to say. Musically speaking. Look, they got problems. So what I'm trying to say is that in politics, and I think this is more than ever, I think immigration, education, IQ, there's probably a number of things. And it could all be filed under this umbrella of degeneration. And degeneration happens primarily with the soul of a person. The soul of a nation, the soul of a person. Once that's degenerated, so to speak, that's the doorway to hell. Stupid. Crime, everything. And so what I'm saying with that is that the reality is, and probably more than ever for the reasons I said before, is that, yeah, that's not going to work with people. What's right? And that's almost a sad thing to say because I want to put an asterisk on that because you notice someone who does have a really strong right spirit in the face of it all is able to garner a lot of attention, even when they tell him, hey, don't say it like that. Remember 2016 Trump? Don't say it like that. Why? Don't say it. It's illegal. But don't say it like that. And yet the truth got him elected and all that. So that's why I put an asterisk on this. But what I'm saying is that this is how politicians think. And the reason they think like this is in part because of a political reality. And this and maybe they're jaded and turned into little like demons, little like political like goblins, like this is just the masses. The masses are just stupid. And so the blacks, you gotta talk to them this way and get their vote this way. And then these people, you gotta talk to them this way and get the vote that way. It's a political reality. There's a corrupting kind of thing happening to the soul, I think, to the people who realize that. But you understand here that's why there's so many things here. It's like the public is evil. The politics is corrupt. And what seems to be like the light, despite all that Trump kind of brought, you can't say it that way. You can't be that honest. You can't be that real. Worked anyways. Unstoppable for 10 years since 2016. And now we're getting this. And you see how a first term could have had the problems it had. You could see how deeply corrupt America is. Not just the government, not just the media, but the people, the voters, The whole dang thing. I don't know what to tell you, folks. And it's a mess. Let's see. Well, let's finish this up here. Dr. 𝒏𝒊𝒄𝒌𝒔𝒕𝒓𝒆𝒂𝒎. That's a fact, she says, about the Karens and the Jamals and Enriques. We love Karens, no? Will Jamals and Enriques even vote? Great question from Dr. 𝒏𝒊𝒄𝒌𝒔𝒕𝒓𝒄𝒏. I mean, I think that's just a statistical reality. You don't even have to ask that question, no? Statistical reality. Who's gonna show up to the polls more? Karens, Jamals, or Enriques? That's a fact. I believe it. I so believe we're realigning the party, she told me. Realigning the party. To what? What do you mean? When you hear someone say we're realigning the party, and then they go around and they say right after saying something like, for every Karen we lose, we win a Jamal Enrique. What is the realignment here? Are you telling me that, are you with that line admitting that before us, before Trump, or before this, Republicans were racist? Is that what you're saying with that line? How else are we supposed to take that? We're realigning the party to what? Oh, there's only a few places we could take this. After you say a line like for every Karen we lose and you say we're going to realign, are you saying we're realigning to just not white people? What are you saying, Susie? Somebody get Susie. Susie, where's your husband? Where your husband, Susie? Somebody take her home. You got to understand that she's saying there's a realignment, but after a line like that, what are we supposed to gather? Are you saying the Republicans were racist before this moment? Well, that is a more losing position that I could have even imagined. Because now you've just opened up a big wound, I guess, like something. I don't know how to put it, but it's just a big target that you're not gonna overcome. No liberal, no Democrat's gonna be like, okay, you're realigned. You're not a racist. This is a mess. This is one of the worst things I've ever heard. Susie Wiles and her Karen comment, realigning the party? What the heck is this? Wiles paused, and I don't think we're going to lose all the Karens either, she says. They buy eggs. They buy gas. They know. They may not tell their neighbor or their carpool line, but they know. Okay, so I guess I'm supposed to gather that this is the big strategy. The big strategy is we're going to just get all these other votes, right? And we still have most of the Karens, right? And now we need Enriques, and we just need Jamals, and we're hunky-dory. But I just got to say, Trump campaign, don't run this. Don't run that good, that good favor out. Don't push this. Like, there's something to say about uniting. There's something to say about loyalty to Trump, and what's that look like? That doesn't mean you can't criticize. But that means that I still think he's that guy. He's that guy. He's that America First guy. And if you say, well, he speaks a little weak or he speaks different, he's a little bit that, I'll hear you, but I'm not just going to be so quick to. That's called loyalty. That doesn't mean you can't hear criticisms and all that, but you understand? But what is this, Mr. Trump? What the heck is this? Okay, maybe you need those votes. But I'm just saying, don't push. Don't and here's why. Here's why you shouldn't push so hard. Like, maybe you got to get these votes, but you can't sully the message in that. Here, Mr. Trump, if you're listening, I really sincerely do take your message as wanting to be the president for all of America. And that doesn't require you, just saying, I know it's politics and all of it's got to be said. This doesn't require you to do the Jamal Enrique thing. It just requires you to do the right thing. It's just about being a president to all people. So you don't have to do that. People can see the Father. Even in weird, strange, far away ways that make you feel angry even, but just stay that. Just stay the Father, stay like, I love all of you. And we don't have to go like, hey, Enrique, Jamal, please, hey, please. That's the opposite of love. I'm just looking at it simply. Right? 888-775-3773. Susie Have we gone to look at Chris 𝒔𝒊𝒂𝒍🔔? What's he look like? Have we laid eyes on this guy? 𝒔𝒊𝒂𝒍�. Chris. The other co-campaign manager of Trump, the Trump campaign. 𝒔𝒊𝒂𝒍𝒔. Anyways, look. It's a little bit about what's going on. Let's see. Should we finish this up? Is there another slide? We got another slide here coming out of Dr. Ben Braddock's Twitter post about this. No, in fact, we got two more. We'll finish this up real quick. Susie Wiles. Wiles, for her part, wanted to be clear about the campaign's aims. It's so targeted. We're not fighting for black people, she said. We're fighting for black men between 18 and 34. What kind of statement is that? Wait, what are you talking about? No, I'm not. Whatever. You can jump in my chat if you want to get in the mess. Look, Wiles, for her part, they're saying we're fighting for... What kind of statement is that? It's so targeted. We're not fighting for black people, okay? We're fighting for black men between 18 and 34. F everybody else. What kind of... That's the kind of statement... I don't know. That's the kind of thing you don't say, maybe, to Tim Albert, writing for The Atlantic, Susie Wiles. I don't know what to say. It's like... I don't even think it's like lying or so. I really maybe don't know politics enough. Maybe I'm ignorant. I've been following this for some time, but maybe there's something I'm not getting here. You can tell me. But it's just imagine a Democrat coming out saying, well, we need the Filipino 18 to 34 vote. So that's why we're doing karaoke. That's why we're doing karaoke nights. We're doing karaoke nights all month, and free ube for everybody, free ube and karaoke. You would think like, hey, so it's just politics. You know what I mean? Like, this is just a weird statement. We're fighting for black men between 18 and 34. Maybe I'm just being nitpicky. Wiles in �𝒊𝒂𝒍🔔, even when the money was pouring in, it was too late, they told me. The campaign's tactical decisions for getting out the vote had already been made. Around this same time, I noticed that it wasn't just those swing state Republicans getting anxious. The day before I visited headquarters, one Trump aide, who requested anonymity to speak candidly, confessed to me that the doubts about the field strategy permeate this campaign. This person predicted that Wiles, �𝒊𝒂𝒍𝒔, and Blair will either look like geniuses who revolutionized Republican politics or the biggest morons ever put in charge of a presidential campaign. What? Is that really the move? Now, let's not put too much stock into an anonymous Trump campaign person. But wait, that statement is not without evidence here, in that, what's the statement specifically that I'm zeroing in on? This revolution in Republican politics. Susie Wiles herself, I just read it, she says she wants to realign the party. What is this realignment? This realignment is not just a little one. They want to do this realignment. Revolutionize Republican politics. Who wants to... Wait, Susie Wiles and Chris �𝒊𝒂𝒍🔔 want to do that? Wait, let's back up. Can you back up for a second? Isn't that Trump's job? Or is there something I'm getting wrong so far with the analysis, folks? Come on. Call the anchor baby. Ube. ABBA and Ube for the Filipino vote. Look, come on. Look. They want to be the revolutionaries of the Republican politics, but that's what Trump's doing. That's Trump's whole thing from 2016. What's the anchor baby missing? Right? It's like, back up. How about take a number? Take a number. Revolutionize Republican politics. That's what Trump is doing. That's why he got so much attention. That's why all that happened. That's why all this is happening. So anyways, a little bit of what I've seen here. Politicking. I'm just, yeah. What do y'all think? What do y'all think? What a mess. So anyways, interesting how people and men are italicized. Yeah, I think the writer was, well, not I think the writer was speaking with Susie Wiles. So the way I took that when I read it was he was adding in the emphasis that she added in herself. Those were her quotes. And so that's the emphasis I believe she put on it. You know, as since she is since she's being quoted by Alberta, I think. Tim Alberta. So that's what that was. So that's you could totally see it right now, by the way. Delighted to be here. You could totally see this right now. You could see this Kentucky Fried Lady. I don't know why I went with that. It's just her hair and her kind of maybe, I want to think she's maybe a meatball. She's a little bit of a meatball, like shorter, fatter. You know what I mean? Like older lady, she's got the power suit. I don't know why I went with that, but that's what I'm going with. That's the vibe I'm getting. And she's you can see it now. You can see it now. She went, we're not going for people. We want black men. You can see how she said it. You could tell the way she speaks. You know what I mean with that political mama speak. Politics mama speak. You already know the way she said it. Meatballs. Anyways, you just can tell. You can tell how she said it. What are you talking about? I just reacted to my chat here. Whatever. Creed? Y'all talking about bands in the chat? Why are y'all talking about all the spoon mouth bands? You know what I mean? And I don't know if that's just something I made up or something I heard that only one person says, but that is what they are called. For real. You know that way of singing? Spoon mouth, like you got a spoon in your mouth. And like I said, that might not be a common term. I have not found other examples of this, but that's what it's called, okay? So make sure you spread that. Make sure that's what it's called. Spoon mouth. Like give me, what's a good one? What's a good one? What's the spoon mouth song? Even flow. We called it grunge. No, that's not fair. Because not all the grunge did that. No. Not all the grunge did all that. The Petra, that's funny. Yarling bands. Oh, what? I've never heard that. Wait, Yarling band? Or is that made up? Top 10 Yarlers. Oh, we're getting educated here. Now this, see that there's articles on this word. I like this because nobody knows spoon mouth. Some say Vedder invented it. Some say Stanley did it. I've even heard folks claim that Al Green was the first, the post-grunge alt-metal singers of the late 90s. It is an unmistakable force in modern heavy music. It is the Jarl. That's funny. Appreciate the education. The Yarlers. They're still spoon mouth. Come on. Is Yarling American though? Come on. What's that famous one? It's like a Super Bowl opening. Was it Creed? Was it Creed at the Super Bowl? Yeah, it was Creed. The halftime performance. See, that's what Trump is fighting for. Some people don't understand, like, they thought Trump maybe Trump was the guy who was like, he's going to send them back. You have to go back. Nope, you have to go back. Gonzalez, you have to go back. I don't care. DACA, you have to go back. Illegal, definitely going back. Not a Christian, anchor baby, you have to go back. You know what I mean? And hey, there's something. Look, people thought that, but no. This is the Trump. This is the Trump. Trump is fighting for this. This really is what Trump is fighting for. If you wanted an explanation, you understand? Maybe we don't have to play that too loud. You understand? This is what they're fighting for. Okay, we're going to mute that. Okay, very nice. Okay, that's enough. I'm just saying. Let's connect to Stack. We got Jeff out of Louisiana. I must have had my my stuff not connected. I'm seeing my calls now. Thank you, Jeff. I think I have you on the air.
Yeah, man. How you doing, today?
What's up, Jeff? Welcome.
Okay, man. I'm going to be criticized. Now, my last question is...
Wait. Slow down. I didn't hear that. What was that?
I'm criticizing your show. I'm asking a couple questions here.
Nice.
You've been saying for the last hour, that you see calls coming in, you're going to take calls, and you keep asking everybody, you comment on something, you say, what's your point on this? Or what's your take on this? How do you get somebody's take if you never take a call? You've been going the same hour and 25 minutes now over the same crap over and over again.
I'm taking a call right now. Bro, I'm taking a call right now, Jeff.
Yeah, now, but you've asked for the last hour and a half people's take on stuff.
I said once. I said like once, call me. I said, like, that was a while ago. I said, I saw someone trying to call me back. I'll try and get to you. They didn't call me back. Is that what you wanted to hear, Jeff? You wanted to bust open the what's happening in the background? There's no calls, Jeff. Is that what you wanted? You did it. You revealed it. You got me, Jeff. But that's what I said earlier. I said there was a caller who called me and they hung up and I told them call me back. And then there wasn't a call. Jeff, what do you want me to do? Why you got so much anger against me? What's your problem? Every time you call me, you got a problem.
Are you really that childish, man?
Huh?
Are you really that childish?
No, I'm just having fun right now. I got a good energy and I'm chilling on my show. What's up, Jeff?
Okay, man, never mind. If all you want to take your call.
Whatever, Jeff. Just don't call me anymore, man. Just don't call me anymore if it's that much of an issue. Like, if it's gonna be that much of an issue, just don't call anymore. I like you, Jeff. You could call me with a question, but you never have a question. You're like, I have a series of questions, and finally we're gonna get a question from Jeff. And he calls me over and over again. It's like the fifth time he's called me. He's like, I'm gonna ask you a question, and then he doesn't have a question, and he's just mad at me. And then I'm like, okay, Jeff. Well, we're not gonna get mad at you, Jeff. Let's give you another opportunity for a question. What's your question, Jeff? Why are you talking over me, Nick? Whatever, Jeff. Call me back when you have a question. If you don't have a question, just don't call me. But I would love to answer your question, Jeff, if you have one. What a mess. I don't know what I did to Jeff, man. I know that he doesn't like what I was saying. Something about like, I know he doesn't like certain things, but he still hasn't been able to like formulate what I'm saying that's wrong. And if you're listening, Jeff, you know what? I'll let you call. Look, I'll let you call back if you have a question. Because it's like, where did we go wrong, Jeff? We were friends. Yeah, I had no calls. I don't know what to tell you. It's just me and you, me and the people. And I'm doing my thing on my show. It comes in waves. Sometimes I get them full. Lines are full. And sometimes they're not. That's how it goes, Jeff. And I'm hamming it up. I'm keeping it going. I'm riffing because you got me for another half an hour. Okay, so look, thank you, Jeff, for the little distraction. I can talk about it and mess around, stretch it out. Maybe we're running to the end of it. Let's be real. We're getting to the end of it, but do appreciate it. And if you got a question, I'd love to answer it. Maybe I was too quick on the hang up. Maybe there's stuff I have to deal with. Straight up. Well, come on, folks. Where's his question? He's just like mad at me. Terry Strange, thank you for the super chat, says, what's your go-to drinky and snacky at the gas station? Terry, a little depends. Early, if it's early, I'm getting a little one of these things of what's it called? Things of milk. Rockview, that's what it is. Get the Rockview milk. It's branded, okay? It's branded and packaged somewhere else, and it's in a fridge. It's not like getting like gas station sushi or something. And you start off your day, hydration. People talk about, I don't know if people know. People don't really know. People are like, oh, milk is for children, or I drink almond milk or something. Why do you think they're pushing fake milks? But that's a conversation. Maybe we don't need to take it there. We don't need to take it to the fake milk, big milk. But Bill sent me something interesting the other day. Bill, the engineer, and he's a genius. And he says the earth is round. People ask me, Nick, is the earth round or flat? I said, my friend Bill says it's round. That's all I need to know. That's good enough for me. And then he sends me a little bit on the diet. A little thing on diet. You know how they said fat was so scary? You gotta get the low fat. You gotta go no fat. Now they're saying sugar's scary. Newly discovered cause of insulin resistance. It's not sugar or saturated fat. And you can look all this up. Where my health people at? Where my diet people at? You can look it up. We got some ripples in the grand chess game of diet. Look, they're saying milk is the key. They're saying milk is the key, and you don't have milk. They convinced you not to drink the milk. They told you it came from a cow. That's not normal. You're not supposed to drink milk from a cow. Meanwhile, cow's milk has, I heard this the other day from a smart individual. Meanwhile, cow's milk has been saving infants from death for time immemorial. I don't know what to tell you, folks, but you got to get on the milk. I'm lactose intolerant. I can't drink milk anymore. Then it's too late for you. Quite honestly, it's too late for you, and you're not going to make it. Okay. Buy lactase pills. I heard those hurt. Is that true? Esoteric lactase pills? I knew some friends who were on the lactase pills. They just had to have their ice cream, They just had to have their ice cream. Oh, the snackies. The snacky situation. I usually get what is it? Ritz? Is it Ritz? What's the brand? Ritz, obviously, right? What am I thinking of? The crackers, come on. With the peanut butter. See, they got these two. They got a box of the peanut butter ones. They got a box of the cheese ones. Okay. If we're going milk, we're getting the peanut butter ones. If we're going can of bubbly soda water, we're going cheese. That's just how I do it. I don't know what to tell you. That's just what I do. What I should do is get some alpha jerky. And I'm not being paid. I'm not being, yeah, this gas station jerky actually does suck, straight up. I just saw someone say alpha energy in the chat, and it did make me think of alpha jerky. Honestly, you get some of this Jack Links and compare the alpha jerky. Don't believe me. Do it yourself. No, but I do mean that sincerely. This Jack Link stuff, I looked into it, how they make it. It's got this. Some of you might know this. The sulfites. What do you know about sulfites? What do you know about water? What do you know about moisture being trapped in protein? And the way they do that with some of this Jack Link stuff, it's not good. Once you have actual dehydrated meat, you're just like, okay, this other stuff is fake. I just don't want fake stuff anymore. You got something to say, Bill? But it's true, right, Bill? Milk is the key. Milk is the key, huh? The key to true health and possibly avoiding insulin resistance. I don't know. Billy the engineer. Okay. Let's see here. In the last bit of the show, I did have for you these details as they were coming out with this director, the female director over there with the Secret Service, the SS. So let me pull that up. Secret Service, Kimberly Cheeto. You know the news by now, maybe. The resignation. The resignation is real. Wall Street Journal. Secret Service director resigns amid anger over Trump shooting. Bada bing. So I'm sure you know some of this by now, but she has stepped down. Just thought I'd mention that for you. If you didn't know, Secret Service Director Kimberly Cheeto resigned Tuesday amid bipartisan outrage. You saw some of the outrage yesterday. Played some clips. They were going tough on her, right? How could you? And I guess that's the time to do it, right? That's the time to do it. I couldn't help but nitpick on the just culture in general that somehow didn't see this coming. Diversity, etc. But some pretty egregious things, the details coming out of all that. SS for SS for me and not for thee. Mike Davis on X.com sharing some of these articles, ABC News and National. What is this? Oh, it's just all ABC. Check it out. We are talking about the Secret Service, and apparently Zelensky's security in Washington being treated as mini state visit, sources say. This was back in December. Right? And the big difference here being, of course, the denied requests, as you're reading here, this article. The Secret Service said to have denied requests for more security at Trump events. Top officials repeatedly rejected requests from Trump security detail for more manpower and gear at events before attempted assassination. At times, citing lack of resources. People familiar with the ask said. And I'm seeing this report repeated. and how the Democrats have actually had numerous attempts to I guess hamper, what's the word I'm looking for? Remove. Flashback. Democrats push bill to take away Trump's Secret Service detail. This is Daily Caller. Months before the shooting at former President Trump's rally in Pennsylvania, Democratic Mississippi Representative Benny Thompson introduced a bill in April that would have removed Trump's Secret Service detail, the Disgraced Former Protectees Act. The Disgraced Former Protectees Act was introduced by Democratic Mississippi Representative Benny Thompson of the House Committee, with the bill aiming to remove Secret Service protection for those who have been sentenced to prison following convictions for a federal or state felony. Wow. I actually didn't know the deets. I actually didn't know the deets like this. But isn't that interesting? It's just, this is a special class. A disgraced former protectee. There's only one. That's Trump. Ain't that convenient? Milk races? What are the milk races? Are we talking about milk races? My chat is based. The milk races versus the what? What are they? I'm joking. The milk races have iron problems. So what are Italians? Pasta races? That's hilarious. Wait, hold up. I'm so distracted by my own chat. Wouldn't the milk races be Europeans? Is that a white history moment? Am I wrong? I heard that the white people don't have lactose intolerance. Or something like that. Is it true the anchor baby might be... the anchor baby actually might be... I consider you white, like it says in my intro. Something a caller said once. Look, where were we? Disgraced Former Protectees Act. I know it's news, it's boring maybe a little bit, but some of these details as we're doing this, I mean, come on, that's pretty interesting. This is a class that only has one person. That's Trump. Very convenient. With the bill aiming to remove Secret Service protection for those who have been sentenced to prison following conviction for a federal or state felony. This measure would apply to former President Trump. It would also apply to all Secret Service protectees convicted and sentenced under felony charges. Yeah, but he's running for president. The people want him to. You're just saying that. You're just saying, oh, he's convicted and blah, blah, blah. And it's political. But whatever. He's running for president and all that. He's still the president. Unfortunately, current law doesn't anticipate how Secret Service protection would impact the felony prison sentence of a protectee, even a former president. It is regrettable that it has come to this, but this previously unthought of scenario could become our reality. Was Benny Thompson speculating that Trump would... What is this speculation? Is this speculation with this line? That Trump won't surrender should he receive a felony prison sentence? Let's say he's a protectee under the Secret Service. What does this statement say? Thompson said, unfortunately, current law doesn't anticipate how Secret Service protection would impact the felony prison sentence of a protectee. I mean, how would it, Benny Thompson? Other than the Secret Service just not surrendering Trump? Is that what you're saying? Therefore, it is necessary for us to be prepared and update the law so the American people can be assured that protective status does not translate into special treatment, and that those who are sentenced to prison will indeed serve the time required of them. But if the whole thing is under the law, if the whole thing is, well, you got the Secret Service, and that's part of the government, and we're all part of the government. We're all just we still have to have protection, but at the same time, if you're going to jail, you got to go to jail. Why can't we just do that now? Why do you have to have this bill that will remove protective staff? Will remove Secret Service? I don't know. I'm just asking questions. Maybe I'm ignorant. Maybe that's a stupid question. But that was what was going on. Ain't that interesting? Less than 3 months ago, attempted to revoke Trump's Secret Service protection. Where was I? Let's move on faster here in the last few minutes of the show. The things that were coming out. You know, I played the clip yesterday about the slanted roof. The slanted roof. 1.1, 131, 141. How many degrees are we talking, and how bad of a director of Secret Service is she? Security expert rips Secret Service director Kimberly Cheatle's sloped roof excuse. And this centers around what? Why wasn't there someone on that roof, basically? And apparently Kimberly Cheatle failed to protect President Trump, saying the would-be assassin climbed to the roof of the building and squeezed off several rounds. Okay, yeah. Kimberly Cheatle asserted that agents passed on manning a nearby roof used by the shooter because it was sloped. You can't have an agent on a sloped roof. Her explanation that it was dangerous that the roof was pitched to me is the equivalent of a school child saying that the dog ate their homework, is what the expert is saying about Kimberly's excuse. How does that pass muster for anybody, regardless of political affiliation? And that is true. We're getting this from Fox, by the way. And that is the question. Does this really hold up against any political scrutiny here? That the reason the one roof that you didn't cover, the roof where the shooter was because it was sloped. And, we just don't put people on sloped roofs. You just don't do that. Did this guy really say it's an epic fail? Executive security expert Bill Stanton to Fox News Digital is quoted as saying, "This is an epic fail." This guy said epic fail. I don't know, Fox. You got to think of your experts need to have credibility. I'm just messing around, obviously. Epic fail. And only if the president turned his head, that is what stopped this from being a national disaster. Isn't that just true from what we've seen? Isn't that at least quite possibly true? It really wasn't the Secret Service. They thankfully responded afterwards, but the bullet was meant for Trump. I shouldn't be here, he said. Stanton said Crooks should never have been able to position himself so close to Trump. Yes, obviously. But that's a little bit on that. The sloped roof controversy. The sloped roof controversy and the controversy of when they knew. Did they know 2 minutes like that one video? Did they know 10 minutes before like that other video? Who knew and when? Who knew and when? Where we have actually one of these Fox News reporters on the scene at yesterday's hearing. I don't know about on the scene, but basically after some comments, this reporter gave her live summary of what happened at this hearing with Kimberly Cheatle, and she reveals what they knew and when they knew it.
On what the Secret Service knew about the shooter minutes before Donald Trump took the stage. For more, we want to go to Aisha because there was a briefing today. You got some information about what happened, Aisha?
Dana, good afternoon to you. We just got a big information dump, and some of it is deeply, deeply troubling. So I'm going to hold your hand and walk you through this. Just bear with me here. A lot of notes that I'm going to look at here. Just about a couple minutes ago, these senators came out of this briefing with the Secret Service. They've been asking for it for days now. Finally got it with the director and Secret Service staff. And the top headline that has come out of it, according to Senator John Barrasso, just spoke to him as soon as he hung up on this briefing. He said that Apparently, the Secret Service had identified as a character of suspicion this man, this shooter, because they saw a rangefinder on him as well as a backpack. And this all happened more than an hour before the shooting actually occurred. So they saw the guy and they identified this guy as suspicious. Now, more details coming from a source familiar here who was also in the meeting tells me that about 10 minutes before former President Trump went onto the stage, they had gone from looking at this guy as suspicious to now looking at him as a threat. That is coming from this briefing that the senators were in. They were told that Secret Service had called it in to a center that this guy they now identified as a threat about 10 minutes before President Trump walked on stage, and they still allowed him to walk onto that stage. I'm told the Secret Service agent in charge there was on the phone with local and state police about the threat while the shooting was taking place. That's huge. And that is raising a lot of concerns and now major calls for the director of the Secret Service to step down immediately.
Rangefinder. They identified a suspicious individual with a rangefinder. These are these devices you use to find the range of an object you're trying to hit. How far something is. At the very least, just find out how far something is. And they identified a suspicious person. There were reports of the suspicious person scoping out that roof an hour before. Definitely, at least, even as they knew of someone, like she said, attempting to climb 10 minutes before he even went on. And they kind of just let it all go until someone squeezed off rounds, and then they reacted. So it's just all a little weird, straight up. It's all a little just, I've never seen anything like this, so who knows, but it's all a little strange to me, the anchor baby. You know what I mean? So, vigilance, people. It's vigilance time. Time to watch ourselves. Yeah, they're gonna, now I'm gonna get nonstop ads. So yeah, it's time for vigilance. Vigilance on ourselves as we're watching all things, as we're watching the news come in, as these different things happen, we get closer to November. Yeah, just assume there will be something that's gonna try and shock you, trying to get your attention. Let your spidey senses go off. Look around. Look at the world reacting to something. Don't be quick. Ignore the FOMO. There's no such thing. Fear of missing out. Ignore the desire to be first, to say a take, be excited and believing something, going down a certain path. Ignore it all. You'll be better off, trust me. In more ways than you can imagine. You will be better off. Calma. Calma, calma. Go slow. One thing at a time. Work on it. Your life. Whatever's right in front of you. And stop thinking about it. Overthinking it. Going into unclear paths, something that's unclear, ignore it. Something that's confusing, ignore it. Something that's distracting, ignore it. And that's politics, that's everything. And just keep watching. Keep watching because they're doing strange friggin' things. So you got to just stack it up. Watch out for opportunities where you can elevate yourself, worry about you, so that then you may elevate others by example. And just stack it up. Stack all things like a video game. Stack it up. Experience, discipline, and have a standard. Have a standard for yourself where you're here and you're not tripping about not being somewhere else. You're here, but you will not go back here. You understand me? You feel me? Just have that standard. It's like, okay, now I've done this. I've worked on this. I've let go of this to this much, and now I'm not taking a step back. You took a little tiny step forward, but you're not taking one back. You follow me? So let it go crazy. Keep watching. I'm chilling. I'm just improving myself. And we keep going, folks. I'll be back tomorrow for more American Anchor Baby. And you know where I love stream, by the way? Feds in the chat. Shout out to the feds in the chat. This has always been a love stream. Love all people of your enemies. Love all people of your enemies. Right? Pure love. Shout out to the feds. Love the feds. Love the enemies. And let's keep going, y'all. See you tomorrow. More American Anchor Baby. Noon. Oh. It's probably evening shows going forward the rest of this week. I'll let you know for sure for tomorrow's show. Thursday and Friday for sure evening shows. But it's a pleasure as always. Let me check the super chats real quick before I go. Thank you for all the support. Dang, Court Green, thank you, sir. The generous coffee says rangefinders use lasers and Secret Service use laser detectors. What the? I heard some stuff about lasers regarding this Trump attempt. Thank you for that. Court Green, very generous. Kale, appreciate that. Says nuclear war. Oh, I already read that. Carver. Now, I believe this is a super chat I missed on Friday. And I hope I didn't miss it. In case I did, I'll read it out again. It may be missing context. Carver here, so sorry about it. But you're asking me, he says, hey, Nick, got any weed? Asking for a friend. I can't. Carver, have you just looked around? Just drive down the street, you'll find a weed stove. I don't know where you are. Maybe in some parts of America. But I came from Canada, now I'm in California, and there's weed stoves everywhere. Just go outside. Yeah, it's missing context big time, right, Carver? That was probably something was happening at the time. But thank you for the super chat. Folks, take care, y'all. See y'all tomorrow. Manhood Hour, Hake Report, and more Bond Network. Take care. See ya. Bye-bye.